back to the West Ham World YouTube channel. I hope you're all well. I just want to start this video with saying there has been some fantastic content out there this week from Gio, Gonzo, Mickey, from Claren Boost, some brilliant, Nicky, sorry, not Mickey, brilliant videos about their concerns, about how they feel about the club at the moment, about the transfer window, how they're feeling about Potter. And they've just been really good videos, really insightful videos. They're sad videos. They're great videos, but they're also sad videos in where our club is at the minute, where we feel as a fan base, and it's inspired me. Their videos, you know, always inspire me to do videos. And this video is about do we as a fan base, do I as a West Ham fan feel that we're at risk of getting relegated next season? And the way it's looking, it looks like we could potentially be sleepwalking into it. I'm not crying, guys. It's terrible hay fever this morning. Yeah, it looks like West Ham could be sleepwalking into one. We've been here we've seen it over the years. You know, you can feel the way West Ham go. You know, we start a season badly, it goes badly, and we've had that for a couple of years now. Yep, listen, we won the trophy, we all know that. But actually, in terms of league form, we've been really, really sort of average and poor for a little while now, a couple of years now. It's not been great. Loads of rumours yesterday that, you know, the top 4 players could be going. Alvarez, Kudus, Paquetá, and maybe a couple of others as well. Tabita was the other one as well. And there's other players you can't guarantee they're going to be here, like even Fulkrug, as he sort of put himself out now. Souček, whatever you think of him, he's one that could be going. We're not going to sell them all. And this is my fear, that we're going to be left with, you know, the dregs. And as Gonzo said in his video, what incentive and what is there out there for players that are going to think about coming to West Ham if they see Kudus going, they see Paquetá going? It's that ambition, it's that lack of ambition, it's that, oh, why are their stars leaving? You know, we had the chance a few years ago, Declan Rice, where we didn't invest in the January. It's depressing. I really do think we're going to have a really terrible season next season. I hope it's not. I hope I don't think that. You know, I hope, you know, it's the classic with West Ham that if we start a season if we end the season badly, we usually start a season badly. If we end the season well, we usually carry that through and we play really well. But I can't see it, guys. We're not ending the season well. We've had a few halves where we look better, but it's not improving. We're getting worse and worse and worse the more we play. And the thing is, it's only going to get even more worse because the better players are going to leave. We're going to be left with plodders, and it's becoming harder and harder as a West Ham fan to believe where the positivity is going to come from. Some of the players we've been linked with have already turned us down. The Laps, Jonathan Davids. And it's worrying. It's worrying, guys. I feel we will sell the players. And then what will happen is we won't be clever. We wouldn't have lined up deals before we sell. You know, I remember when Jack Grealish left Manchester City, Villa had already lined up all their transfers so that he couldn't be held over a barrel. The whole window, it was, no, he's staying. They knew he was going. But to the press and the public, he's staying so that they couldn't be held over a barrel for money. If West Ham go and get in, I don't know, let's say 150 million for all them players, maybe a little bit more, maybe a bit less. David Sullivan's not clever enough to be lining up these players. He's not a good enough negotiator. He wants things on the cheap, and that leaves us exposed because you've got to pay these money. You've got to pay these agents money. You've got to pay these other people to set up their deals, and that's where that inexperience is not working for us. Bear with me, guys. Let me just get down the stairs. So, what I see happening, if you sell these players, we don't get the first targets, you know, the Davids, the Angel Gomez's, the Laps, and then we'll be left with dregs. You know, there'll be okay players, there'll be not bad players, and then you'll still be left with potentially, they'll end up getting desperate and giving Souček his 60, 70 grand a week that he wants, and Potter will have to try and play football with him. And I don't know, guys. I really don't know. It's really, really hard. Sorry, this hay fever is horrendous this morning. But yeah, I do think we are going to be right down there. We might get lucky again, which is not a good thing. Well, it's a good thing in terms of West Ham will still be in the Premier League, but it's not a good look if West Ham finish 16th, 15th, 16th, 17th again. You know, Leeds, who knows what they're going to do. Rumours that Daniel Farkas is going to go. Nice to see a Leeds fan in there. How do you feel about that, mate? Obviously, Daniel Farkas potentially could be sacked. Leeds, you've got Burnley, who I think will just sort of be, you know, average, probably a little bit harder to beat. Scott Parker seems to be, you know, quite a negative manager, but has got the right ideas there. Rumours that he could be going to Spurs, though. So, again, that might be two clubs that keep us up, and then who knows who the third team's going to be. But I don't think it's going to be exciting. I don't think we're going to get exciting football. I think it's going to be passively pragmatic. And I'm bored of it, guys. I'm so bored of it. Like, I've got like anything in me that wants to go to a West Ham game at the minute. It's just dull and dire, and it's cheap. Listen, they do spend money. They do. That point has been made a lot of time. They do spend money, but they don't spend it right. It's not. We don't spend our money well. It's always overspend on certain players, or, you know, like what Tim Steiden's done. Will buy a player like Lewis Guilherme and won't have a clue what to do with him. Again, because it's all down to that, you know, that director of football not giving them the path, you know, to the team. Guilherme, every time he's played, barring that one game where he's played out of position, has looked fantastic. There's rumours that he could be going as well, because again, it's just, until it happens, we can't fully comment on it, but we can predict and give an opinion on what would happen if it does happen. For me, it looks like West Ham are asset stripping. It looks like we're going to get rid of all our top talent to make a profit, and we're going to just gamble on other little players. Won't get our top targets because we're not an attractive proposition at the minute. One rumour that did make me laugh is Bowen to Tottenham. That is never, ever, 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 ever going to happen. Ever. Do I see Bowen leaving maybe at some point? Who knows? Who knows? If West Ham continue on this spiral and the way Potter uses him, because, you know, he doesn't really use wingers, he uses those sort of two false number 9s with a striker in there, or playing Bowen as a 10, which is not his best position. You know, your most effective player is Bowen. He's not our best player, but he's our most effective player. Is not being played in his right position. You know, he's best on the right hand side, cutting in on his left foot. We've seen it how many times in his career at West Ham. I'd be absolutely devastated if he did leave West Ham, but we'll see. We'll see. What's Richie Sam? Good morning, mate. I would actually enjoy a season in the Championship, proper football, no VAR. Probably will come there one day, mate. John Joe says, get rid of Bowen to Tottenham. No, we cannot sell Jared Bowen to Tottenham. This man is a West Ham legend. We do not want a West Ham legend playing in a Tottenham shirt. Thank you very much. Iggy Pop says, West Ham, Red Bull model. Yeah. So that's what I think, guys. I think West Ham are sleepwalking into a relegation battle next season. Listen, I'll reflect on it and I'll change my mind if I see a few really good midfielders coming in. But if I don't, and we sell our best players, and we get the dregs, you know, the more James Ward-Prowses, these plodders, these good pros, and, you know, and we get rid of the flair and the magic that West Ham fans are so used to, then we'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Come on, your minds. Keep believing. Check out all Gonzo's and Nicky's videos. They've been fantastic videos this week. Really, really good videos. I'll be back with a preview for the weekend against Brighton. Graham Potter
up against his next club. Thank you for all the people that have commented live, really appreciate it. Nice to see some other fans in there as well. Let's go.